Britain has given away far too many powers to Brussels. We're wasting billions on our membership of the European Union, and migration without limits is putting intense pressure on public services. I think it's time we left the EU. I'm Suzanne Evans, Deputy Chairman of UKIP, and I think we should leave the European Union. Why? Well, of the 51 countries in Europe, only 28 are members. We don't need to be in this club. Border control matters too, because citizenship of one EU member state gives a free pass to the rest. The horrific and inhumane consequences of this can be seen day in, day out on our TV screens at the moment, as migrants risk life and limb to reach our shores. But the number one reason I want to leave is because the EU undermines British democracy. They have the power to tell us what to do in our own country, and right now there's not a lot you or I can do to stop them. There's not much the people in here can do about it either. If you think our MPs run the country, think again. This might be the home of our national parliament, but it doesn't mean MPs make all the laws. Let's go and talk to UKIP MP Douglas Carswell. Douglas, why can't MPs such as yourself make all the laws that affect Britain?
Slowly but surely, MPs here in the House of Commons and ministers in Whitehall have given our powers away. That's one of the reasons why people feel this incredible sense of frustration with the political process, because you elect people who promise to sort things out, but actually on many, many issues, they're powerless. Take, for example, bank reform, something that matters enormously to people who saw those huge bailouts. They want something done about it. I've tried to trigger debates here in the House of Commons. I've tried to make sure that my constituents' real sense of anger against that sense of entitlement that the bankers have is dealt with. No can do. It's up to Brussels.
Brussels has a huge say over laws in Britain on issues like business and employment, energy, trade, farming, fishing. And what's best for Britain simply isn't prioritised. I'm passionate about animal welfare, so I get really incensed when I hear that British pig farmers are losing out because of cheap imports of pork from other European countries who don't take the issue as seriously as we do. Even when the European Union does make good rules, it seems that they're not enforced. Howie's family have been farming pigs since 1967. So how's business in pig farming at the moment, Duncan?
Well, we're always optimistic of the long term, but bluntly, the industry is in a bit of a crisis at the moment. Every pig we produce, we're losing money on. The EU only banned sow stalls nearly 3 years ago. The UK, we banned them in 1999, but yet the EU Commission tell us there are 6 countries that are non-compliant with the sow stall ban.
And we don't know which ones they are,
We don't know which ones they are. We have a fair idea. But if I grew pigs to that same welfare standard in this country, I'd be locked up. Firstly, I wouldn't want to, and secondly, they're producing pork at a cost of production that is much lower than we can here, and yet they are allowed to sell it on our supermarket shelves alongside our pork products. And the key thing is for producers, for consumers, this Christmas, when they're going shopping, when they're buying their Christmas gammons, to look for the red tractor, trust the tractor and buy British.
Right, let's talk cold hard cash. The second reason I want to leave the European Union. It costs us £10 billion a year in membership fees alone, about the same as we spend on GP services for the entire country in a year. And then, of course, there's the indirect cost of meeting regulations and directives set by Brussels, and the impact of policies such as the free movement of people. While Britain remains in the European Union, we're obliged to let any EU citizen that wants to come here come. And if we can't control how many migrants we get coming into the country, how can we plan for and how can we relieve pressure on public services such as our GP surgeries, our hospitals and our schools? I also think it's disturbingly unfair, which is my next reason for wanting to leave the European Union. Alex Petronov is a painter and decorator living and working in London, and Inglika Devletian is studying accounting and finance at London Metropolitan University. They're both Bulgarian. Some people in Britain say, oh, you only come here because of benefits. Do you think that's true?
I don't think so. I don't think that's true. Most of the people I know, they're grafters. I think the majority of the people that are coming over, they're here to work, pay their way in life, fair and square.
Personally, I haven't spoken to any Bulgarians. Here came just for the benefits. They come for better job opportunities.
There were 50,000 Romanians and Bulgarians who came to the United Kingdom in the last year, far more, I think, than most people anticipated.
I don't think that that level will continue, because my personal opinion is whoever wanted to come in this country from Bulgaria would have taken the opportunity this year. Bulgaria is only, I would say, 7 million altogether. So I can't see that many people coming.
Do you think it's fair, though, that just because you're from an EU country, you have an open door to Britain, whereas highly skilled, highly qualified people from other countries can't get here?
I don't think that is actually happening about the good jobs. Most of the Bulgarian and Romanian people here work at low-skilled, low-paid jobs. I don't think anybody from Britain or anybody who is educated is going to apply for a cleaner, for example, or a car wash or something like that.
Years ago, the people of this country voted to stay in what they were told was just a common market. That was a lie. Today, the EU has its own flag and its own national anthem, and it's slowly but surely morphing into a dictatorial United States of Europe, one in which our government and our voices will only become ever more insignificant. And a vote to leave is a vote of confidence in Britain as a thriving, independent nation. It's a vote that says, quite simply, we're more than just a star on someone else's flag.